And at Exotel, we are trying to solve X in the CX. We are trying to remove attribution completely. So there's no attribution at all for that matter. And we are working towards them. A sales guy is actually helping marketing guy to be successful. A marketing guy is helping sales guy to be successful. Wow. We are one team. Stop thinking functional goals. Think business goals.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversion Conundrum Season 2. This is the series where we unplug B2B marketing, and today, to do so, I have with me Udit Agarwal. He is the VP and Global Head of Marketing at Exotel. Welcome to the show, Udit.
Thank you, Anirban.
From hypergrowth to large enterprises like Autodesk, Adobe, SAP, you have spearheaded marketing functions across. I want to understand from you, what is the one thing that has changed in marketing and the expectation that has really drastically changed over the last 1 decade?
I think marketing has come a long way, Anirban, in the last 1 decade. Being just a cost center to a revenue contributor, I think marketing has come, has truly transformed. And I would like to, describe this transformation as a function where not only reduces cost, increases revenue, and increases in customer experience for the customers, right? So I think there is a lot which has happened in marketing, and I think it's just the beginning of another transformation in marketing.
Fantastic. I would like to know from you, when you sit at the boardroom meetings with your founders and co-founders, what is it that they expect from you? How has that discussion changed?
Well, I think the business discussion happened only on 3 areas largely. One is business growth. Second is contributing to revenue. And third, how can we actually drive more with less?
Correct.
I think that's always been the center point for all our discussions that is happening.
Yeah.
And one of the expectations of founders or the executives today is how can marketing contribute to the bottom line more?
Yeah.
How can marketing own a number for that matter?
Correct.
I think that's been the in-room discussions that's been so far.
Fantastic. And that is why I guess so many CMOs are now becoming CEOs, right? Because they are directly contributing to the growth of the company. Would like to now understand from you, you cater to, as Exotel, you cater to a diverse set of industries as well as a diverse set of personas. How do you identify your target audience, and what is the chain of communication? Is it that one plan works for all, or do you curate your plan or tailor-made your plan for everybody?
I think in enterprises today, buying decisions are more complex than ever.
Yeah.
There is more than one buying group involved in making a purchase for an enterprise solution. It is not a very straightforward answer that, okay, fine, I would be actually targeting to the IT audience, or I would be actually targeting to the marketing audience, who would be my user group, or an HR audience for that matter, if it is an HR solution. Today, if you really see, we divide this into 3 large groups. One is the user group, who actually uses an application or technology for their business objective to get completed. Then there is an IT group who's largely responsible for deployments, integration, security, making sure that it actually sits well with the legacy stack of a company. A third group is equally important about from procurement and finance, who would actually bring the cost efficiencies and bring safeguards in any organization today. So we have to target all these 3 large buying groups, and under those there are multiple branches of those buying groups, and actually the buying decision is far more complex today. So we actually reach out to different personas in a given industry, basis the kind of industry that they are, and curate content, messaging, and our outreach according to their pain points, according to their KPIs, according to their success mechanisms in their organization. A procurement guy would only talk about cost efficiencies. An IT guy would talk about the beautiful integration and making sure that an application runs secure in a secure environment, with the user group to make sure that his business objectives are met. Now, the one size fits all really doesn't help in such scenarios. We actually curate our messaging depending on the ICP panel that we're trying to reach.
This is one of the most common asked question in this show so far. I want to know what are Udit Agarwal's favorite channel for generating demand, because they say demand generation is very critical in B2B marketing.
There's no one straight answer today, to be very frank with you. A demand generation is a combination of different tactics and channels that we deploy, right? And it also depends upon the industry and an ICP that we're trying to target. For example, industries like BFSI or e-commerce for that matter, or retail for that matter, are very well, responsive on digital channels and social channels, followed by certain strategies like or outbound or face-to-face connects, versus if you come across with other kind of industries, for example, mobility, right, manufacturing, or logistics for that matter, we find that our conversion rates are much higher when we actually have a face-to-face connect followed by digital.
The expectation today is that generative AI will make things more efficient, at least take care of a lot of content that is being created. But as a CMO, what are your expectations from generative AI, and what is the problem that is solving or you think will solve going forward?
Right. If you really ask me, I would want AI to do marketing, right? And I think word is not too far from there. I think AI as a technology is enabling speed and scale and efficiency for marketers. I think it is giving a very good base and start point for marketers to operate. Content is definitely has been transformed. It has put us to a path of high speed execution on content. But there are other areas. For example, all my secondary research is done through AI today, right? Everything is done through AI. Gone are the days when you actually take months or weeks to put together battle cards or comparisons. Today you can do it in minutes. My entire prospecting life cycle is done through AI.
Wow.
Right from data enrichment to data engagement to outreach to personalization. Right? How and what my prospect or my ICP is behaving on LinkedIn, sharing on LinkedIn, what is his interest. I think that can all be done with AI in real time in minutes.
Wow.
So I think AI is transforming a lot and is building speed, is building scale and efficiency.
Fantastic. Again, now I want you to look at the vast Indian market and answer this question. Which are the industries that are actually investing in CX? And when I say investing, I don't just mean money, also the energy, the time that they have.
I would say India is in a very is at a pivotal moment of growth at this point in time, and the way India has been actually embracing digital transformation, I think very few economies are actually doing it now. Just a little background to this before I come to your question. Very impressed by the way India has actually digitized the entire money system, right? Whether you talk about UPI, from hawkers to plush purchases, you can find an UPI scan code everywhere. It has made our life so easier. I don't remember when I actually carried cash in my wallet today, right? Quick commerce, food deliveries, logistics, third mile deliveries actually made a lot of D2C companies mushroom because they can actually do not need to have an infrastructure for last mile deliveries. They can actually depend on that. So India has actually created a lot of ecosystem for digital transformation acceptance today, right? And having said that, what has happened is the market has become noisy. It has become commoditized much faster than we realize today across the categories. The commoditization happening at technology level, at a consumer level, it's very difficult to create a difference. And the only difference which is there today is customer experience. Basis on CX, you differentiate and he say, I want to go for this brand because I feel a bigger promise on experience. And at Exotel, we are trying to solve X in the CX, I would say.
Brilliant.
And having that, I think the top three industries that come into my mind, as I stated earlier also, is BFSI, retail and commerce, right? And in these three industries, the persona ICPs are very different. We curate as per ICP buying panels and we curate as per what they need in their buying journey. We don't want to come across as somebody who want to push it out, but we have a very consultative approach where we actually help them make a decision in a more informed manner.
Fantastic. You mentioned about curating, and a lot of the curation goes in content. Do you have your favorite channels for distribution of that content as Exotel? And how do you deal with the challenge of attribution?
Again, it depends on industry and ICP, right? And some places we use digital as a channel, which is more responsive. I would suggest we don't try to find a channel which we think is good. We'll try and go find a channel which consumers are more interested in, right? Even in B2B today, at the end of the day, they are humans. And if we feel that we get a higher response rates on email versus WhatsApp, or we get a higher response rate on face-to-face events versus on my digital engagement or search engagements or analyst-led engagements, we curate and we present ourselves in that manner. So we don't try and choose the channel which we think is good. We actually go with what our consumers or what our customers actually are more responsive towards that.
Fantastic. And now the problem of attribution. How do you solve that?
Well, attribution is a legacy problem across all organizations. In my view, I think there's a very contradictory statement that I'm trying to make, Urban. The question of attribution, if you have to step back, the question of attribution only arises when you have a divided view of problem, one versus other. Sales would do that, marketing would do this. Hey, I have to prove myself to you because I have done this much and this is my attribution. When we don't have functional goals, but we have a business goal in common, when everybody works together for a same goal, every team, every member is making sure that business wins, that we actually together win, there is no question of attribution.
Wow.
So if you really see in Exotel, we are trying to remove attribution completely.
Fantastic.
Now. So there's no attribution at all for that matter. And we are working towards them. A sales guy is actually helping marketing guy to be successful. A marketing guy is helping sales guy to be successful.
Wow.
We are one team.
You are breaking departmental silos and therefore answering a lot of attribution questions. Fantastic. We are the last part of the discussion. I would want to understand from you, what are the two things that keep you excited about B2B marketing and a thing that might be keeping you awake at night?
I think this is a decadal moment for marketing today, and in fact for the industry, and I'm fortunate to living that. A thing that I'm very excited about is what all AI can do in marketing. I think AI has started to make inroads faster than I can believe, and I think we just scratched the surface today. Trust me, there's many things that AI can do. For examples, right? Text to video. We haven't even thought about it. We started to experiment it. It started to come out really well.
Wow.
Right. So I think marketing will go under a lot of transformation on that area. The second thing, which is an ongoing thing, much has been said earlier, but I think it's an ongoing thing, is marketing being a revenue contributor. Marketing being owning a number, not a cost center. Marketing just say that, hey, the question of ROI is not what you spend, bring $1 in pipeline, but actually bring $1 back to the bottom line of the company. I think that's the whole area that I'm very excited, because that's the next evolution of marketing in enterprise that I would see. It's an ongoing exercise. As I said, I think there is a long road to go as well.
Fantastic. And what is keeping you awake at night?
I think one of the things is change management within the team, right? There's a whole conundrum, if I have to use this word, of AI in marketing, bringing pressure of marketing, being more revenue contributor. I think there's a whole lot of change management within the team. There's a level of acceptance, norming is been happening. There are different set of people, mindsets, functionalities. I think it's very difficult to break the functional mold and get into the business mold. I think that's a whole exercise of change management. The second thing is, how can we actually keep marketing at a transformational mode, right? When I say that, continue to reduce costs, increase revenues, and increase customer experience across all touch points. Now, how do you keep up that boat going across and keep that transformation alive, not only within the function, but within the organization? I think that's one of the biggest concerns that, bothers me.
Fantastic. There was Udit Agarwal. He shared the vision of a marketeer today, not just driving the conversation, but actually also driving the conversion. Driving growth is what the marketeer today are doing. Thank you very much, Udit, for being a part of this show.
Thank you.